Hi, everybody, and welcome to Nailed It with me, Tova Lee.
And me, Mike Lee.
And I spell it Tovale.
Why are you telling people?
I don't know why.
It'll say on the actual podcast, won't it?
Well, hopefully, I do hope so. Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to another episode of Nailed It. Yeah. How you been?
I'm very good, thank you.
Yeah. You're
Very
really
well.
good, actually.
No, am I? Why?
Because you're vegan now.
I'm not vegan. This is getting out of hand. I'm not vegan.
Is it?
I'm merely cutting down on meat and experimenting with vegetarian food. That is all.
Yeah.
I haven't deliberately. I'm not a vegan. I'm still eating eggs, cheese. I'm just cutting down on those things.
But there's so much more to the whole story, isn't there? So basically,
this is what we're discussing.
Well, we're going to start with because I'm going to have my say. I'm going to have my say.
Please.
Listen, a few years ago, right? I came home and I said to Mike, "Listen, I feel like we need to cut down on meat. I feel like potentially we should become vegan." And you poo-pooed the idea. You would not hear it. You went out to sort of poo-poo it and say, I'm not getting involved, no interest. Anyway, cut to 2 years later, Mike's going to the gym now, right? And he's got this trainer.
There's nothing to do with the gym.
Oh, no? So who?
No,
Somebody gave
nothing.
you a book?
Nothing. I just started reading a book.
Oh, right. So you started reading a book. Oh, God, I got that
Yes,
wrong.
completely wrong.
Okay.
You said this to me last week. I was like, what are you talking about? It's nothing to do with it. This is just making stuff up.
Okay.
I got a book and it's entitled How Not to Diet.
Right.
And it's written by a doctor.
Right.
And it's a big book and it's just scientific evidence, nothing else. And in this book, the scientific evidence says to be healthy and to remain healthy, absolutely proven, do these things.
Anyway,
So I thought I'd give it a
Mike
go.
came home and starts the conversation by going, "Did you know? Did you know?" And the rest was stuff that I did know, and I told you 2 years ago.
Well, I didn't realize how much fat was in chicken. You just go, chicken's a lean meat with the protein. No, I didn't realize how much crap they put in it.
Yeah, I just want to say that I did get some messages on Instagram after I
Oh,
posted
yes.
some stories about, and I said, "Oh, this shit and meat." So a few farmers got in touch. It's true, I swear, and wanted to point out that not all
Of course.
meat
Not
has
if you're getting,
shit in it.
If you're getting
Okay, so I
grass-reared,
just wanna
organic
point that out.
steak, of course.
Yeah, we're making a generalization.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, so cut to Mike ordering a hot pot, steam cooker, because of course you would order a steam cooker.
But in fairness, I did buy it for a few reasons.
How does it work? I don't understand how going from let's cut on meat and be vegan to let's buy a steam cooker.
I'll tell you
I just
how.
don't understand
Because
how that
reading
logic
stuff
works.
about beans and pulses and how long these things take to cook, I thought, I don't have time to do all this. I'm not
Right.
going to sit there running up and down the stairs, checking stuff on a saucepan. So I researched it and I went, get a pressure cooker, throw everything in. It doesn't take very, very long. And you can leave it. If you do leave it, it just turns itself off, goes warm. That's why.
Although I have to
totally
admit,
practical.
you have been spending a lot of time.
I've been experimenting with it. I've
Every
experimented
time,
with
like,
steaming.
where's Mike? He's by the steam cooker.
I've experimented with steaming with it and completely balls it up and over-steamed broccoli and asparagus.
Yeah.
So I'm trying it, and I've made 2 meals, 3 meals.
You've made a few meals. But
3
I just
meals.
want to say,
First one you hated.
because I don't like wastage. So the other day, Mike made asparagus. He murdered the asparagus, but I made him eat it. So was
I
that
don't mind.
nice?
Yeah,
Was
it's
it nice?
just meant my piss stinks.
Yeah. So we're all eating loads of beans and chickpeas. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
But literally had not stopped breaking wind.
Yes.
Wow.
I mean,
Me and you on the sofa
we were having
yesterday.
a whole conversation last night.
It was incredible last night. It
wasn't
was light in stereo. It was extraordinary.
Our poor children. And they're like, we don't want to eat any more of this. We're
Wow.
apart at school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
They're having chicken for dinner
I
tonight.
know. I know.
It's like these poor children. And you know what else? Everybody was so impressed. First of all, people are really impressed by the fact that you're cooking.
Why? I don't get that.
Exactly. That's kind of weird, right?
Why, so other husbands don't cook?
Well, I guess, I don't know. But a lot of people are very impressed by the fact that you know where the kitchen is.
Wow.
Yeah, they did point out, though, that your peeling techniques could use some work. especially the mess you make. But most women have told me to not say anything. Just like
Yes,
be
to put me
quiet
off.
because you are actually cooking.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
so-
Thank you very much for those people. Thank you.
There's also been a poll, and most people would
my
like you to
God.
start your cooking show.
I think that's really pushing
And
it
also,
slightly.
listen, but what you cooked last night was really delicious. That
was good.
Moroccan, it was like Moroccan stew, right?
It was lamb tangine without the lamb.
Exactly, without the
basically.
lamb. And instead of lamb, we had chickpeas,
Oh my God,
right?
very good.
It was so good. Sweet
Couscous.
potatoes, couscous.
Nectar syrup.
Yeah, apricots,
Yeah.
fried apricots.
Oh, it was tremendous.
It was delicious.
It was
nuts,
very good.
Just like threw some nuts
And it
in
was
there.
10 minutes in the pressure cooker.
Well, it was a bit longer, 20 minutes.
Was
We took it off after 10 minutes, then put it back on for
Oh,
another
yeah,
10
okay,
minutes.
20
right.
minutes.
Yeah, really, really good. I thought it was delicious.
I know.
So, yeah, I've put the recipe, by the way, on my website.
Have you? You have?
Yes,
Have you really?
Of course I have.
This is becoming a cooking show.
It will.
This
It
is
will
extraordinary.
eventually, yes.
Bring out my own range of chef hats.
Yes, but this is the thing. Everybody's always said that you're basically Gordon Ramsay.
What?
Yeah.
I don't swear that much.
No, but that's, I don't know, maybe for people from America or whatever, you sound exactly like Gordon Ramsay. I don't know.
Really? My
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, so I feel like we should start
Wow.
like a cooking with Mike,
when
steaming with Mike,
When I get
know?
a bit more sort of
the steaming chef.
up to speed,
You know?
speed with a couple of recipes, then maybe I will show.
I feel like you need to wear a hat and yeah, okay. So if you guys want
Wow.
to see a show with Mike cooking with a steamer, please do let us know. You know, he will probably comply with the peer pressure, right? So
We'll see.
yeah, we'll see. So that's our latest news, right?
Yeah, I suppose
That
so.
is our latest news. Is there anything else? I can't think. Was there anything that happened recently? I can't really think.
I
No,
can't think either.
no. I'm trying to think. No, nothing really.
How's your
interesting.
health? How are we with the candida?
Oh, stop. We've done this
What happened?
before.
Because
We've
no one
done
knows
it.
what's happened. No one knows the outcome.
That's it. Like, I know there's no outcome. They want to, like, oh, whatever. It's so not interesting now. They just want to run more and more and more tests. I don't even know if I'm going to bother, to be honest.
Oh.
Yeah. I sort of like,
But you're feeling a bit better, aren't you?
I am. Yeah. It sort of sorted itself out, you know? So I'm sort of like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
Well, the other thing,
What?
sorry,
Tell me.
forgot.
What?
Is obviously what's coming up in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The tour,
I
the
know.
show
Yeah.
begins.
the show begins.
very
Yes, less than
exciting.
3 weeks. I know, it's crazy. I feel like we've talked about this as well, but yeah,
haven't
it's
for a
really
while.
exciting. 2 shows have already sold out. There's some tickets left in London. And obviously tickets still left in the States. And yeah, I'm super excited. I actually started rehearsing.
I know. I've heard it's very, very good. So
I
those
know.
of you check out where
I
she's
know.
playing and try and get along.
Yeah. Anyway, today's show,
Mm-hmm.
okay, is I thought it would be fun to talk about like different things that have been going on recently because I kind of
Okay.
like these sort of trending topics type of shows, and I feel like not a lot. I mean, and none of these things are super important, by the way. They're really
Okay.
stupid things. But the first thing that we have got to
May I ask
mention,
who's researched this?
our researcher.
Has he? Has he really? Oh my God.
I know.
Okay, this is gonna be
I
interesting.
know it's going to be so interesting.
Okay.
No, I think he's really trying. Okay, so let's be positive. Let's be positive. We love you. Okay, so the first thing we have to mention, right?
Yeah.
It has to be mentioned, is Prince Harry and Meghan.
Do we have to?
Yeah. Because come on, this has been like on the news. Everybody's obsessed. Everybody has
but
an
are they
opinion.
obsessed? I just think it's the media obsessed. I think most people in the street couldn't give a toss.
Do you think?
Yeah, I couldn't give
In
a toss.
England?
In England, I think anywhere.
Because I feel like in America, for example, people are really devastated.
are they?
I think
Why?
so.
I
I
don't
feel
think
like
they are.
Americans like the royal family much more than the British
she's
people.
American.
No,
I
not
don't know
just
what you
because of
mean.
her, just in general, that there's a
She
real
American, Canadian?
interest.
She's American, isn't she?
Oh God, is she American or
I
Canadian?
know she's half and half.
We're,
I think
we're
she's
not
half
sure.
American, half
We're both of us
Canadian.
are looking at Leon.
It's not in the research.
No, but they are moving to Canada.
Well, that's why I said.
That is
so
true.
I think she's half Canadian, half American.
And wasn't Suits filmed in Canada? But again, I don't know.
I
if this
don't know.
hasn't said anything. But anyway, there was a lot of initially.
Well, she's going to live in an old set on the old flat.
I don't know. Maybe
she's
she'll.
going to move into.
I don't know.
That'd be quite bizarre.
She's
just
American.
Sorry.
Just American.
I
It's like
apologise
she's
to
not
all
Canadian,
Americans
she's
and
just
Canadians for getting that
Okay,
wrong.
so apologies to everybody, just everybody in the world in general, if we've offended anyone. So initially, though, there was a bit of a backlash. People did not respond very positively, and especially...
What, for them deciding they
Yeah.
don't want to do, basically, effectively be royals anymore and do royal duties?
Yeah, well, I think it was divided. There were people who were talking about something that I think is legitimate, like, hey, are they going to still enjoy enjoy money from the public, right? And if that's so the case, then that's kind of not fair because it's the taxpayer. Why should they? Yeah. But then the other side were people who were saying things that I didn't think were so legitimate, like mainly against Meghan, like sort of like pointing the finger a little bit on her,
well, like it was
her.
Spurred by,
yeah, it was spurred by her, and sort of like, oh, poor Harry, like he didn't really have a say in it, la la la. Like, how did you feel about that?
Well, it's sort of. The articles I read about that I just thought was typical sort of lazy journalism,
right?
Because there was no proof in it. It was just all hearsay that all this must have happened, and it was, to be quite honest, quite disgraceful.
Yeah,
the coverage that the woman pulling the strings and all that kind of implication was like, what? This guy's a grown man. What? It's not like he's leaving just a normal job to go to live somewhere else. He's effectively leaving the royal family.
Yeah.
And it must have been, and as it's come out, they've been discussing this between them for a long, long time. I don't think it was a knee-jerk decision to do it. It must, if you're born into you're born into it, and I suspect most members of the royal family probably wouldn't want to be, ideally, because, yes, you get all the privileges and you travel, but your life is,
you're sort of trapped
your own.
as well.
You're pretty trapped.
And it's a bit like a firm, isn't it? It's like
and
he
wasn't going to become the next king.
No.
He's not in line to be king. It's going to be Charles, then his brother. So,
Yeah.
I think, good on him.
Yeah, I didn't like the whole coverage either. I felt like people were just pointing the finger at her because that's what people normally do, and it was really stupid. But what I find interesting is what people were saying after, and actually her dad even said stuff along those lines of like, oh my God, can't believe she did it. She was living the dream of every little girl, meet a prince, become a princess, and then she threw it all away for nothing. You're going...
Did he say that?
I don't know if he said those words, but my point is some people said that, and that was like an opinion. And I found that really, really horrifying that still in 2020 we still think that that's the dream of every little girl is like to meet a prince.
I don't know the guy. I know
princess.
There's a court case. I know a paper in the UK leaked a letter that Meghan had written to her dad. So clearly the dad has given that to the papers.
Right.
So you immediately,
I don't
know. There's a court case going on. She's suing.
But that's old, right?
Whatever, she's suing. I don't know which one. She's suing one of the UK daily papers, and they're going to be calling up the dad as one of their witnesses because he obviously effectively showed them the letter. That's why they had the letter. It was the private letter,
right?
So I wouldn't take whatever he says with any. But kind of
my point is that not necessarily even him, just like as a as an opinion. That was an opinion that I saw floating around. Like there was loads of different things that were wrong about this, but this one really kind of like blew me away, that people were still saying that as if, every little girl's dream still in our day and age would be to sort of.
I have to say, and I'm not a royalist, but I don't personally have any problems on all. Get rid of the royal family. I have to say, I thought the palace, as Let's called, I thought dealt with the situation very, very well, very, very quickly. I thought the Queen's statement she came out, I thought was very, very nice, saying, well, they won't be part of the royal family. They're still part of our actual family. Yeah, I thought it was handled very, very well.
I have to say, I really love the Queen.
Yeah, you met her once, didn't you?
I didn't meet her. I just saw her from a balcony. It's like the story gets
You're
worse.
Stalking.
Every time we tell the story, it's like, we had tea, didn't we? Yeah. Yes. I'm her personal friend. I'm her assistant. But no, I really love the Queen. I've come to really understand her very well. No, because honestly, like you look at the Queen and she could come across like a bit, obviously, she's the Queen. But her statement...
That's what, Queenie.
Yeah, but her statement was actually really warm, you know? I thought she had a lot of warmth in what she said, and I really like her. I love you, Elizabeth. Yeah.
She's lasted quite a generation.
What I'm interested to know, by the way, now is what they're going to do.
Well, interesting.
That's going to be super interesting.
How tacky will it become?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think if they sort of stay doing...
Did you see the memes going around?
No.
They're cruel. I mean, these memes, again, because it's not Harry in the memes, it's mainly Meghan, but, sort of endorsing all these products and doing stuff like that. But I don't think they're going to do that.
They're not going to
I think they're going to have, like, so many possibilities of actually doing some amazing
They're not going to end up
things.
both working at McDonald's, are they?
Yeah,
They
no,
both
obviously not.
actually don't have to work.
No.
Really. They've got
Well,
enough
they'll
money
probably
behind both
do
of them.
public speaking, write books.
absolutely.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, we wish them nothing but the best.
Indeed.
Correct?
Indeed.
Good. Okay, I have another topic for you. Okay. I don't know if you know, but Gwyneth Paltrow has a company. I think it's called Goop. Is it called Goop? Oh God, I think it is. And she has like all these like products that are quite quirky, you know. And I don't know if you heard, but a couple of weeks ago, she came out with a new product that was a vagina candle scented. Did you see that?
Scented with her vagina.
Well, she called the candle "This Smells Like My Vagina."
Did she really?
I swear to
It's
God.
actually called "This
Yeah.
Smells Like My Vagina."
Yeah, where are you
They
living?
what secreted?
You didn't know this?
Well, I sort of saw it, but I didn't really go into it.
Yes, this
they
smells
secreted
like
some
my
of her
vagina.
vaginal juices.
Wait.
Into wax.
Well,
What?
exactly. It sold out as soon as it hit the stands. This is what's crazy, is that everybody apparently wants to smell Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina. Now, the story behind it, can I just tell the whole story, is it obviously doesn't smell of her vagina at all. When she went to test the fragrance for this new candle, she smelled it, and it's got flowers in it, like different type of things, and citrus and whatever. She went, oh, wow, this smells like a vagina, not my vagina, just
vagina.
in general, a vagina. And she thought it would be very funny if she called the candle, this smells like my vagina. But yeah, it literally sold out.
Wow.
I don't know what this says about us as a society, by the way.
Extraordinary.
I'm guessing people bought that not knowing that it didn't actually smell of her vagina.
I think that's why it sold out. Yeah.
I think they're going to be very disappointed, probably send
Or
it back.
maybe extremely delighted
Yeah, and
if
also
it's a fragrant vagina.
yeah, I feel like she should really put a disclaimer because, if you put it in the house and now like you're firing it up and it smells amazing, and then somebody comes in and goes, wow, my vagina doesn't smell like that, it could actually make you feel really bad about yourself. No, really. You're like smelling Gwyneth's vagina and it
Is the
smells
candle
amazing.
shaped like a vagina?
No, it's just like a normal candle. You're going, wow, what's wrong with me? It doesn't smell that way. You know what I mean? Don't you think like it should come with a disclaimer on the box?
Yeah, I mean, particularly if, you've had some kind of infection.
Yeah.
And then you're not smelling so
But
good
it doesn't
downstairs.
matter. Even a
You don't
very
want that kind of
healthy
smell, do
vagina
you?
does not smell of roses and and citrus and whatever. But now people are coming up with other products. So this
Right.
candles. This smells like my penis, and The Rock wanted to make a hair products that smell like his balls. So it's like become like the whole thing. There's all these really stupid products.
And if all these came out, they'd all sell out.
They would all sell out.
Because some
This is
people out there would
what's crazy.
literally buy anything.
Yeah, I have to be honest though. I kind of want to buy this candle.
There you are. There you are. How much was it? Was it expensive?
Yeah.
£58.
Oh, on top of that, it is 58.
That's about 75 bucks.
$75. Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. It's not even a very big candle, by the
Oh,
way.
really?
Yeah, it's quite small. It's quite.
I have to say,
petite.
candles in general. When I was a kid, you used to have normal just wax candles that smell of anything. Then you might get one or two sort of, to mask the smell of dog or whatever. But now these artisan candles
Right.
and the cost of them, there's some very well-known makes. And don't get me wrong, some are beautiful and
Yes.
it's been amazing. But the cost is wax.
I know.
And they do go for around, those kind of prices.
It's crazy. You pay for the box because I feel
Yeah.
sometimes the boxes are way prettier than the actual candle. Like these
Yeah.
amazing boxes. And going back to Gwyneth, by the way, she has some other really strange items.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's got like pube hair oil.
What?
It's true. I don't know why. I don't know why your pubes would need oil.
Oh, so it's not oil made out of your pubes.
Oh God, I hope not. That's not
Who
how
knows?
No, God, that's not how I understood
Right,
it.
it's oil for your pubes.
I feel like that's what it is.
To keep them, okay.
Keep them
Wow.
wet, moisturized, dehydrated. Like I don't know why anybody would want that. You're just walking around. You're like, oh, it's
A
my.
little bit of shower gel, a bit of soap when you're in the bath
It's like,
shower.
it's awful. It sounds like a really hideous idea.
Wow.
Yes.
People go, what's that smell?
She's
like
got
that.
another one that
Yeah.
made me laugh. She's got one that's like dinner time bell. So like if you don't want to sort of like raise your voice and sort of go dinner, just like bing.
Really?
This lovely sort of
You wouldn't hear that in most households.
No,
You'd be smacking it.
smacking it. Get down. here. I know.
Wow.
I mean, it must be amazing being Gwyneth Paltrow. Right?
Incredible.
It's like a whole different, universe that you live on. It's
I'm
brilliant.
going to check out.
Do.
There must be a website for the worst celebrity endorsement products ever.
Yeah, it's very
there must be
interesting.
some great ones out there.
I know, but obviously we wish you nothing but the best. I feel like we're going to finish every story with this. We wish you nothing but the best. Peace on earth, okay? No hate, right? So, yeah. Okay, moving on. Another one?
Wow, you're doing
really?
well.
Yeah, I know. Okay,
well
but
researched this week.
This is actually...
He's on fire this
He's
week.
on fire. I'm going back to the vegan thing.
Okay.
Apparently, it is a trend. It is a trend. It's called, it's a trend now to become vegan. Okay, everybody's going vegan, and it's called Veganuary, like vegan.
Veganuary, yeah, it's a big
January.
thing. Yeah,
Oh, did you know
Yeah,
that?
it's everywhere.
I didn't know
All the
that.
supermarkets are doing it,
Oh my
even
God.
at Tottenham Veganuary
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, because I think most people come January after Christmas.
Oh, they want to
Go
get into the new
lose
me or
weight,
new me.
want to be healthy. What should I do? So people go, check this out.
So it's a challenge.
I tried to do. What's it called?
dry
January.
Did you? Have you
I
stopped?
lasted 2 weeks.
Oh my God! So you're
lasted
back to
2
alcohol?
weeks.
I didn't even notice.
Well, I'm not. Again, and I'm cutting down. I'm going to just try and drink twice a week.
Oh, okay.
That's the plan.
Cool.
You know, I mean, when I say twice a week, I'm going to start on Monday and probably finish on a Sunday. But the plan is
To do
two
this, that's
nights a week, and that's it.
Okay, so the challenge is to go vegan for 30 days, right?
Right,
And
okay.
apparently, I didn't know this, one of the things that has kind of like inspired people, because, people have been talking about the benefits of being vegan for a long time, is that movie on Netflix that we watched.
The one we watched called The Game Changers?
Yeah, Game
Okay.
Changers or something
Which
like that.
was, well, we watched it last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
And basically, those of you who haven't seen it, it's more of a sort of athletes kind of, if you're, it takes it was a martial arts,
Yes.
what do they call it? There's a mixed martial arts fighter.
Right.
Who got injured, did his knee in, didn't
Yeah.
he? And wanted to recover quickly. And he just started doing this research that plant-based food was better for recovery than meat. And he discovered that going back to gladiators in ancient Rome, there's evidence that even gladiators were vegetarians. And it was so it sort of basically debunked all the myths about, you'll be a man, so you've got to eat meat. You want protein, you need this and this in your body, you've got to eat meat. And basically, no, you don't.
Yeah.
And you get more of it from plant-based foods.
I was very interested in what he said about the gladiators, and he was talking about the strength of bones as well, because
Yeah.
that's what it happened to him, right? His bones were crushed like a million times when somebody dropped a very heavy weight on his foot. And then people said, you're going to have to, this isn't good. It's, recovery was very complicated and difficult. And that's how he started to research. And he found that out. But by the way, apparently, and I didn't know this, there is a difference between being vegan and being plant-based. You remember I told you that. So
yes.
somebody had messaged me, again, on Instagram, because I'm doing all these stories about you cooking, becoming vegan, your journey into veganism, and your process. And this somebody messaged in and said, actually, there's you don't have to be vegan. You should be plant-based. It's even better. So I wasn't sure what it was. And he explained that vegan basically means that you avoid products from animals, right?
Okay.
But you could still eat shit.
So you can eat just loads of...
You could still eat processed foods. You
Yeah,
could
yeah,
still
yeah.
eat sugars. You could still eat things that maybe aren't good for you,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they're vegan because
Yeah.
there's no animal
Lots
products in
of
them. Yeah,
biscuits,
chips. Whatever.
yeah,
Not
yeah.
necessarily eating. And he said plant-based is basically from plants. So
Right.
everything you eat is from plants. Even the spices, right, that you use how to spice your food, and therefore it's like a much more natural, more healthy way. I'm not saying that's what we're doing at all or promoting it at all. I think it was just interesting to understand the difference because I didn't know it. So this is the informative.
I'm sure there's many
informative
vegans
section
out there, and
the show.
I remember growing up as a kid in London. There was one, wasn't even vegan. There was one vegetarian restaurant called Cranks
Right.
in Covent Garden. It was literally the only one. Now you've got the stuff pretty much on everywhere.
Everywhere,
And if
yeah.
you remember, when you used to go to parties and weddings, there'd be a veggie option would be pasta or just a salad. Now, you've got, veggie options, vegan options.
It is though getting very complicated. Like,
and some of the rest, there's a restaurant called Bannon's in Edinburgh, which I go to every year. But one of the best restaurants I've been to, great food, and it's all vegetarian.
Yeah. It makes me laugh though, like when you go to restaurants, like you got like your vegan menu, your vegetarian menu, your gluten-free menu. I do wonder what people who are all the above, like, is there a menu for like just people who eat air? Like, like what do you do? Like everything. I don't know. I find it interesting. Anyway, maybe that's just me. Okay. I'm going to tell you another story, and this I had not heard about. So this is from our researcher, okay? So going back to trends, right? And we were talking about the trends, Gwyneth Paltrow, right? Vagina scented candles, etc. So there is a new trend in town, and apparently there is now a trend on TikTok, right? And Instagram. Right. It's leaked into Instagram now, where guys are dipping their balls into soy sauce, right? To check if they can taste them. And where did this start? No, listen, because there was an article. It kind of like came back to I don't know. There was an article from 2013 who some now people are onto, who basically
what do you mean check if they taste them?
Wait, listen. I know you think like if they
can
lick them, like not lick your testicles, but if you because according to this article, you have taste buds everywhere in your body. Like you have the taste buds or something all over your body. And according, Leon is just shaking his head. So then people are like saying they're dipping their balls in the soy sauce to see if they can taste it.
What, through their bollocks?
Yeah.
This is that's ridiculous.
What? Wait, are you smiling because you're seeing it online? Are you checking? Like, are there videos that show this awful thing?
Sorry, where apart from your tongue, your mouth, are there taste buds? I didn't know there was taste buds. What, on your elbow?
So it all started with a girl who pulled up an article about a 2013 study that says testicles have taste buds and can detect flavors, okay? And then a TikTok user called ALX James, I don't know, decided to put soy sauce on his testicles and see if he'd be able to taste it, okay? And he insisted that he could taste the salt, okay? And apparently research shows that there are taste buds receptors all over the body, okay? And that it's something to do with fertility. But just because you have the taste bud in those areas doesn't mean that you actually physically taste the flavors, okay? But what makes me laugh is that it's a trend now and people are sort of like doing it. I mean...
Is it specifically soy sauce people are using?
Yeah, why are people using soy sauce? I feel like that's
maybe
not fair.
Chili sauce could be a bit...
What about teriyaki sauce?
Bit too near.
Maple syrup?
Exactly.
It's like
Ketchup.
other options. Soy sauce is really weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird one.
I know.
It's like,
very, very strange.
Like nice date syrup. Did you say date syrup? Or maybe that's a bit sticky.
This is the bizarre... I'm surprised I hadn't heard about this one.
Haven't you?
Utterly bizarre.
Haven't you?
I'm appalled.
I know. I do feel like TikTok is dumb. So awful, right? So awful. Leanne, anything to add to that? No?
Yeah.
Nothing of substance to add. Okay.
There you are.
On what? Wait, what's on private?
I reckon... I can research this. Yeah, exactly. I research just completely made this up.
No, it's
definitely
not
out
made
there.
up. It's totally not made up. Okay, do we have more time or not? I just want to know.
Yes,
do we have one last time?
Go for it.
But this one wasn't like that great. It was interesting though. Maybe you can read this one. But Valentine's coming up, so a lot of people are struggling of what they could get Valentine's. Now in Canada, Ikea came up with a great idea.
What?
I'm sorry, because it's so bad. But like, good for you, IKEA. They're basically selling like a voucher for a lunch in their restaurant.
What, for the old Swedish meatballs?
Yeah, for Valentine's Day, like as a gift.
That's hilarious.
And I actually think that's like,
that is genius.
Wait, I hope
darling,
I'm right.
I booked us a table for two quite early, about sort of 2:30 in the afternoon.
So IKEA Canada.
IKEA, the cafe in IKEA. Wow.
It's a 3-course Valentine's Day meal.
Right.
Okay, and it's only $29.99.
Do you have to put the meal together yourself or someone do it for you?
Assemble the meal, yeah. For family members, $49.99 for non-members. You can enjoy dinner for two, including beer or wine.
Wow.
I know. I feel like that's cause for divorce. Like if somebody says to her wife, "Hey, sweetie, let's just something special this year. Let's go to IKEA for, a romantic
That's
dinner.
amazing.
Sorry, again, no offense, IKEA. I'm sure it's amazing, right?
Wow, that's incredible.
I wonder if they do a vegan menu.
Anyone who goes and does that, can you take some photos and send us your romantic meal for two in the middle of IKEA?
Yeah.
That'd be incredible.
I know.
Wow. I know. I genuinely see pictures about that, how they set it up.
I'm going to look into it. I wonder if they do it in the UK, because if they do, we're going.
Yeah, we're there.
We're going, for sure. That was fun.
That was fun. There was some very, very
So
extraordinary
research,
stories.
like 1 to 10, what do you think? Do you feel like there's an improvement?
I'm going 8. I thought it was really, really good.
Okay,
Really
well
good.
done. Well done, everybody. Okay, thank you so much for listening. And anybody who hasn't subscribed yet, please do. You
Leave
can
a
find
review.
us on iTunes, on Spotify, on YouTube, and anywhere you can basically find podcasts. And yes, your reviews do help us a lot. So don't forget
Have
to...
they updated the latest reviews?
Well, I don't know, because this is really weird. People were messaging me last week saying that they have submitted reviews, but I couldn't
coming
see
up.
them on iTunes. Very, very
iTunes
strange.
for you.
Have to call them up. Call the customer service. That's it. Okay,
Okay,
then.
see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye guys.